First at noon, two National Guard soldiers from West Virginia remain in critical condition after they were shot while on patrol in our nation's capital. The U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. says the suspect faces at least 4 felony charges, including attempt to kill while armed. Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington.
Federal law enforcement say they're praying for the recovery of 2 West Virginia National Guard members shot in Washington, D.C. Wednesday, just blocks from the White House. The soldiers have been identified as 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom and 24-year-old Andrew Wolf.
These are dedicated service members who were performing their duties in service to our nation, and they are currently in critical condition.
Law enforcement have identified the suspect as 29-year-old Afghan national Ramanallah Lakhanwal from Washington state. They say he drove across country to carry out the attack.
A lone gunman opened fire without provocation, ambush style, armed with a .357 Smith & Wesson revolver.
Officials say Lakhanwal entered the U.S. in September 2021 following the American withdrawal from Afghanistan. The CIA says he previously worked alongside the U.S. government in Afghanistan.
The subject had a relationship in Afghanistan with partner forces. We are fully investigating that aspect of his background as well, to include any known associates that are either overseas or here in the United States of America.
A DHS official tells CBS News the suspected gunman was granted asylum earlier this year on humanitarian grounds. The administration says it's pausing the processing of all immigration applications for Afghan nationals following the incident.
We must now re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden.
The president has ordered an additional 500 National Guard troops to D.C. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Here at home, a 6-year-old man is in custody after he allegedly bit and kicked a Honolulu police officer multiple times in Waikiki. This happened at around 7:30 this morning on Kalakaua and Ohua Avenues. HPD says the officer injured his hand and experienced pain in his body. He was treated at the hospital and is in good condition. The suspect was arrested for first-degree assault on a law enforcement officer, and we will have more details when they become available. Police are also looking for this man who allegedly stole items from a grocery store in Pearl City. Now take a look at your screen and see if you recognize him. Police say he ran away from the store without paying for his items on November 6th. He was last seen wearing a gray polo shirt and dark shades. If you know anything about this man's whereabouts, you're asked to call 911 or Crime Stoppers at 955-8300. On the Big Island, prosecutors have charged 40-year-old Joseph Davis of Volcano with second-degree murder after a deadly shooting Tuesday in Puna. Police say Davis opened fire on 52-year-old John Maru of Volcano outside the Mountain View Mini Mart. They say he then put the gun in a bag and stayed until police arrived. Davis's bail is set at more than $1.5 million. He's due in court on Friday. And prosecutors have filed kidnapping and robbery charges against Joshua Lopez Kelly for allegedly stealing a truck with 2 children inside. Video from HHH News shows the 36-year-old being confronted by a crowd in Kapolei before his arrest on Monday night. Hours earlier, police say he took a man's truck at Nimitz Beach with the man's children inside, but the man managed to grab his kids and pull them out while the truck was still moving. All 3 of them were hurt. Lopez Kelly's bail is set at $1 million. With the holidays here, a family devoted to their late daughter is joining law enforcement to promote safer streets. Ben Gutierrez has new video from a police checkpoint on Maui.
The checkpoint you're about to see is a kind of tribute to a young woman who was killed by a drunk and stoned driver. Tonight, her parents were sharing a message on Kuihelani Highway.
Our daughter was killed on this highway 6 years ago, so we just thank you guys for driving safe.
In between police DUI checks, Charlene Brown handed out gift bags, including pictures of her daughter, Hannah, who was just 19 when she was struck and killed by an impaired driver in 2019. Hannah's family has been on a mission ever since, holding events like this one earlier today with police and county leaders.
Even if we get the word out to one person and we can save one life every day, we're doing something right. And that's why we haven't given up.
From my years on the bench, I've seen lasting pain that impaired drivers bring into the courtroom. Moments that stay with families forever and are completely preventable.
That message is also going out at Kapolei High School on Oahu, where students held a rally urging motorists to stay sober. They're also painting 2 Drive with Aloha murals on their campus.
My cousin was killed recently this year due to impaired driving. If this message can save at least one life, then acts like this mural are important.
Since Hannah Brown lost her life, Maui County has recorded 101 traffic fatalities, 69 of which involved impaired driving. Maui police have a strong message for drivers who've been drinking this holiday season.
When we pull you over, we're done with your stupid excuses. We don't care this is your first time driving drunk. We don't care who your parents are. We don't care what your husband does for a living. You're getting arrested and you're going to jail.
And Hannah Brown's family continues to be grateful to those who are driving safely.
We don't want families to go through what we go through every year. So that's why we continue to bring awareness and continue to fight the fight. This is from our daughter to you guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
A first drunk driving offense can result in losing your driver's license for up to a year. And on Maui, police can impound your vehicle after a drunk driving arrest. Ben Gutierrez, Hawaii News Now.
Another plea for safe driving, this one at Kapolei High School. Students recently held a rally urging motorists to stay sober if they plan to get behind the wheel. They're also painting 2 9-foot-high Drive with Aloha murals on their gymnasium and another campus building. The works are expected to be finished by December 12th. H&N investigates how authorities are trying to help property owners protect their land and home from thieves. Daryl Huff continues his series of reports on forged titles.
Here at the Bureau of Conveyances, they can easily take in more than 250,000 documents in a year, and if they had to check every one for validity, it could literally slow down the economy.
If they're being asked to stop and examine each one of them, it's going to slow the system down. So that would affect the entire industry.
Real estate recording agencies across the country operate in the same way, and so many criminals exploit the gap, they've spawned a new kind of insurance.
We find your property online from the public record. Got it. Create a deed transfer that makes us the homeowners. Got it. And borrow tons of cash against your equity.
That ad is for Home Title Lock, a company that charges more than $200 a year to monitor your title and alert you to unauthorized filings and help you clear your title. The Hawaii Bureau has a free property watch service that will alert you if something is filed.
It does not prevent property fraud in and of itself, but nationally it is recognized as a first step in best practices.
Even if you find out quickly your title was taken, it's still expensive to undo, requiring a court order.
It was not easy at all to fix this.
And criminals tend to target abandoned or vacant properties whose owners are less likely to sign up for an alert service. Our investigation learned that at least 8 properties across Oahu, from Waianae to Hawaii Kai, and as many as 15, had titles apparently stolen between 2022 and 2025, in a scheme tied to felons Eldon Seimer and Guy Villanueva, who are being held without bail based on charges tied to only 3 properties, while the Attorney General investigates the rest. As for police, HPD got its first calls back in 2022.
Unfortunately, the response from law enforcement was that it was effectively a civil matter.
A similar call came in about this IAEA property.
A police officer said, I don't know if this is a crime. I think it's a civil matter.
The department said the 2022 report was not referred to investigators, but is now revisiting the matter. Former Deputy Chief John McCarthy says officers need more training in common white-collar crimes.
Doing a forgery case or a fraud case is pretty intensive, even on the initial end, trying to get information, find out things, and write it down. So it's not something that a lot of officers are versed in or understand completely.
Experts are calling for some kind of prevention at the Bureau, like being able to freeze action on your own property or delay recordings in time for the owner to respond to a fraudulent filing. The Bureau said it is working with mainland counterparts to develop new security measures.
It will be an array of overlapping security enhancements that will eventually create a net to catch criminals in the act of property fraud.
While changes in the works here at the Bureau of Conveyances and possibly in law enforcement, for now the burden remains on the property owner to protect themselves. Reporting from the Bureau of Conveyances, Daryl Huff, Hawaii News Now.
To weather now, here's a live look at quiet Kilauea following episode 37 of the eruption. The lava fountains have stopped, but there's still lots of fog. Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Robbins has more in our first alert forecast. Jen.
We are going to be seeing foggy conditions, and you can actually see that fog that continues to sweep over the state into the next couple of days with the lighter wind flow. These lighter winds are going to stick around at least through Friday, and a beautiful holiday forecast for us. Weather we could truly be grateful for into the next several days. We will be seeing slower winds into Friday, maybe Saturday, and that will bring us very warm afternoon highs. Starting off though in the upper 60s and low 70s, so a refreshing start to the day. We are tracking a weak front over parts of the weekend for the state. I'll take a deeper look at that coming up soon.
Ahead on This Is Now, we'll take you live to the Blaisdell Center where the Salvation Army is providing thousands with a free hot Thanksgiving meal today. Plus, after fueling up on turkey, many are going to hit the stores for those Black Friday deals. Tips on how you can save even more in 2 minutes. Welcome back. The Salvation Army is serving thousands of free Thanksgiving meals across Hawaii and Guam this week. This is a live look inside the Neil S. Blaisdell Center, where the organization's largest event is feeding 2,000 people right now. The Salvation Army will also offer grab-and-go meals and home deliveries for those who can't leave home. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of American troops stationed around the world this Thanksgiving are getting a little taste of home, with the Pentagon shipping in a feast of holiday favorites. Tina Kraus reports.
U.S. troops deck the halls with holiday cheer at an airbase in Poland, bringing a little Thanksgiving spirit to their home away from home. In Romania, soldiers hit the field for a game of football, keeping holiday tradition alive while working up an appetite for what was coming. A feast filled with festive favorites.
Meals like this help the morale because it allows soldiers to feel that comfort of home.
Troops overseas had a smorgasbord of choices, with the Pentagon flying in more than 276,000 pounds of turkey and beef, along with hefty helpings of ham and shrimp, more than 6,000 cans of sweet potatoes, some 15,000 crates of pies and cakes, and nearly 800 cases of eggnog to wash it all down. Aside from the hot, home-cooked meals, service members say they have plenty more to be thankful for this year.
And this Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for my partner, Military Working Dog Bluff.
I'm thankful for all the friends that I've made out here, especially during the winter times like this when I'm away from my family. They're the new family that I made out here, and I wouldn't make it as far as I did without them.
Thank you all.
The warmth of the holiday keeping troops connected, no matter the miles. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Well, the Super Bowl of shopping starts tomorrow on Black Friday. Discount retailers will offer shoppers great bargains throughout the holiday season. But if you can decipher the codes on their price tags, you could save even more. Christine Lazar explains the secret language that could lead to savings.
When you walk the aisles of discount retailers like Costco, TJ Maxx, and Nordstrom Rack, you expect to get a deal. But not all deals are created equal. We tagged along with consumer savings expert Andrea Warrock.
You might find some stuff
to crack the code on when a deal shouldn't be passed up. We started at Costco.
You could tell a lot about Costco pricing by looking at the last two digits. So 99 cents refers to full price items. There's no deal. However, 97 cents is a manager markdown. It's a limited time deal.
And the asterisk means after it's gone, the item isn't coming back anytime soon. A product that ends in 79 is a discount set by the manufacturer.
What about when I see 49 and 89? Those are limited time manager special discounts. These are on seasonal items, so they also will not be restocked. You might not be ready to buy your gift wrap or holiday items just yet, but grab it because chances are they will sell out.
Oh, wow, that's a good deal. And make sure to keep an eye out for tags that list an additional discount.
Those are manufacturer instant rebates, so that's a discount taken off right at register. Oftentimes a big savings.
At TJ Maxx, it can feel a little more like a treasure hunt.
Okay, so here's a name brand, Ed Hardy. But what can we tell about the tag? So the price tag is going to tell you a lot. If you look at the last digit, the number 2 indicates that this is the actual brand item.
Meaning you're likely getting a big discount on that name brand. But if the tag has the number 1 at the end, that means the product was specifically made for TJ Maxx, meaning it didn't come from a big box retailer and may not be as good of a deal. A 6 at the end signifies it's a clothing set. If it's missing an item, you can always ask for a discount. And if it ends in a 7,
this means this has been discontinued. You cannot buy it anywhere else. Chances are there really isn't that much inventory left, so this is going to be a great deal.
And our last stop, Nordstrom Rack.
To find the real deals, you want to find the Nordstrom tag. So this is an original from the store, so you know it was not made for Nordstrom Rack.
And if the tag says Nordstrom Rack, that means it was made specifically for the rack.
Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
So much new information there. All right, let's take a live look outside over Honolulu on this Thanksgiving Day. Jen's going to have your full forecast in 2 minutes.
meteorologist Jennifer Robbins.
We will be seeing a little bit of haze the next couple of days with those south winds, and the winds are lighter, bringing in the fog, stretching all the way to the western end of the state. A gorgeous sky here, and also the coconut trees are going to be backing down, not doing so much of a hula as those winds will be backing down. The holiday weekend does call for beautiful weather. A little bit of haze continues for your Aloha Friday, Black Friday, and we'll have those light winds remain in the forecast for the entirety of the holiday weekend. So it's a gorgeous start to tomorrow. We could actually see temperatures falling into the lower 70s and get to even the upper 60s in some spots. You see a calm start to the day at 6 o'clock in the morning, and a beautiful day in store for us. By 10 o'clock, we'll get to 80 degrees. Before the big feast, a lot of people enjoying the cool weather in the morning, and maybe we'll do a little bit of a turkey trot in Hilo. We're talking about 67 degrees to start off your day. And speaking of turkey trot, upcountry Maui, it is going to be a gorgeous day for you, starting off in the 70s, and we'll get into the mid 80s by the afternoon. So wishing you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. It is going to be a nice forecast for us. The light winds will remain in the forecast at least through Sunday. You see at times coming out of the south, and that fog will stretch all the way to Kauai into the next several days. A few spotty showers a possibility. We do have a series of fronts north of the islands, and that's going to bring up the winds coming out of the south at times, and we will be seeing a little bit more swell energy tomorrow, and then on its way down, and then a bigger swell on the way, especially by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday. I wanted to give you a first alert heads up with fronts passing north of us, a lot of energy over the Pacific. And speaking of energy, we're going to be watching this front. By the time we get into probably Tuesday and Wednesday, it gets awfully close to the western end of the state, but right now it appears to stall out just northwest of us. But we'll wait and see how far it goes towards the east into the next several days of next week. But until then, we're talking about these fronts passing north of the islands, lighter winds in the forecast, and also large surf. The large surf continues. We will be on the backside of this current swell, but still advisory levels for tomorrow, and then a warning level swell possibility for Saturday into Sunday as that energy races in. And a lot of energy we're talking about. On north facing shore, it's 15 to 20, 10 to 15 on west facing shores, 1 to 3 on townside, and 1 to 3 on east facing shores. Into the next 7 days, limited rain, but an uptick in showers on Sunday. And then over on Kauai next week, as that front approaches, we will be tracking more rain. Wishing you and your family a beautiful Thanksgiving. It looks like lighter winds remain in the forecast through Sunday.
Thank you, Jen. Still to come, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade brings magic to the street of New York City. We'll show you what's new in the event's 99th year in 2 minutes. For 99 years, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade has created magic in the streets of New York City. Colorful floats, magnificent balloons, and thousands of people ringing in the Thanksgiving holiday. Lee Waldman takes us there.
It has been a morning filled with excitement and cheer here along the parade route for the 99th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. You can see Minnie Mouse, a favorite, a classic, making her way down right now, but there's been so many new faces entertaining the crowd. Check it out.
Dozens of balloons and floats fill the streets of Manhattan's Upper West Side.
Snoopy?
Yeah. I love Macy's Day Parade.
Many of the familiar balloon favorites like Marshall, the Dalmatian from Paw Patrol, and Dora the Explorer are joined by new friends this year like Buzz Lightyear, Pac-Man, and Mario. Creative new floats were on display along Central Park. Giant Labubus and a Demogorgon from the Upside Down delighted the crowds.
The parade is just such a great part of New York, and it's such a great part of history. It's the greatest show on earth, and we're just so lucky to be part of it.
April Rubenstone raced to the front of the viewing line, eager to keep the decades-long tradition going.
It doesn't matter what age you are, it's for everybody.
For others, seeing the parade is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity they couldn't wait to take part in.
Growing up, seeing this on television, I had always wished to come and see one live, so this is definitely on my bucket list and pressing it out.
I've wanted to do it for 25 years, to come and watch them blow up the floats, and we finally said, let's do it.
While everyone has something unique they're eager to see in the parade, one common thread connects them all.
I'm thankful for my family and my 90-year-old mother.
Thankful for our family and for everyone's health.
This is our first Thanksgiving as a family of 4. So he's got a little brother. Are you thankful for your little brother?
Yeah.
So much to be thankful for, including the New York Police Department's marching band, another staple here. It is a magical day for the people here in New York and around the world who are watching this parade. On the Upper West Side, I'm Lee Waldman, and this is Teddy.
And we want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. We're very thankful for you, our viewers. Much more news first at 4 right here on KHNL. Aloha.